Okay, here's my audience. We have Megan's sister, Molly, which you can't see her, but she's there. Megan. And other Megan. Okay. Okay. And hello, my name's Madison Stevenson. Today, our topic for my informative speech is the role of women in law enforcement. We're going to discuss challenges, achievements, and the increasing representation of women in law enforcement. And we're going to show how women in law enforcement face unique challenges but are making significant strides in representation, leadership, and positively impacting policing practices. Okay, so imagine being the only woman in a room full of men. But instead of feeling alone, you stand confident, prepared, and ready to lead in a male-dominated field. And this can apply to any field, but especially policing. This is the reality for many women in law enforcement today. Women in law enforcement, they face unique challenges that men don't really have to face, but they're making significant strides in representation, leadership, and positively impacting policing practices. I'm deeply passionate about the role of women in law enforcement, especially as I consider pursuing a career in this field myself. I've always wanted a career where I get to help people and help others to feel seen, especially in the darkest and maybe the most trialsome times in their lives. And I feel like being a woman in policing, you can really make an impact that way. Law enforcement has traditionally been a male-dominated profession, but as women enter the force, their influence is growing and shaping a more compassionate and effective approach to policing. Today, we're going to explore the challenges they face and the key achievements they've made and how their representation makes a tangible difference. So, women often encounter gender-based discrimination and stereotyping in law enforcement, which makes their career advancement more difficult. Women in law enforcement today, according to Leadership Spotlight, the culture within police departments has historically been less welcoming to women, with fewer women in leadership roles. But despite these challenges, female officers have continued to break barriers and fight for inclusion and equal opportunities. Research by Fritz Fold in 2025 emphasized that women in law enforcement can face challenges such as balancing family life and the demanding nature of police work. I found that this is very common in many male-dominated professions, like being a doctor or a lawyer. Women are often expected to be the ones to stay at home and raise kids. And while that's okay, I think it's great when women want to be a stay-at-home mom. My mom's a stay-at-home mom herself. That's been her career mainly my whole growing up. And I still have looked up to her in many ways because she still made a difference in my life. But I feel like as we have more women enter these male-dominated professions such as policing, it shows girls that yes, you can be a mom, you can be an aunt, a sister, all these great things, but you can also make yourself your own career. Even if that field is predominantly male dominated. Now, we've seen the challenges women in law enforcement face, but let's look at the significant achievements that they've made. Women in law enforcement have made notable strides in leadership with organizations like NALI, National Association of Women Law Enforcement Executives, working to recruit and mentor more women in policing. According to Leadership Spotlight again, this organization plays a vital role in empowering female officers through training and professional development. Female officers have been shown to use less excessive force than their male counterparts, offering a more balanced and compassionate approach to policing. Women in law enforcement also bring skills to the table that are vital in handling sensitive crimes such as violence against women and sex crimes, which brings us to our next point. So a great example of this is Olivia Benson from the hit TV show Law & Order. She's a head detective and sergeant of the SVU, Special Victims Unit, in the NYPD Police Department. And her influence in the department, as well on TV, has shown that women can be strong, but also compassionate and empathetic at the same time. She doesn't let her male coworkers boss her around or tell her what to do, but rather she takes charge and leadership in her community and helping women by being kind and passionate to victims while also working to achieve justice for the crimes that have been committed against them. So today we've discussed the challenges women face in law enforcement, the significant achievements they made, and how increasing representation in this field positively impacts how we see women as police officers. Understanding the role of women in law enforcement helps us appreciate the importance of diversity and inclusion in the workforce, especially in a field that plays such a critical role in our communities. Women in law enforcement continue to break barriers, proving that their contributions are not only valuable, but essential in creating a more compassionate and effective law enforcement system. So this is going to bring me to my final point. So here depicted is a police officer with a young girl, and I found this image very impactful because it shows that this woman is kind and gentle, but also the girl's able to look up to her as not someone who's also kind and graceful, kind of like a princess, but also very strong and empowering, and so a role model that she can look up to as she maybe considers pursuing to be a police officer one day. If she could see women police officers in her community, it shows that she can also be a girl and a police officer, and as well as kind and empathetic. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you.
Should I end it? Or?
Yeah.